Because let's face it, 26% of the vote was a very good result for them. And they weren't that far behind the SNP and they weren't that far behind Labour. In the end, it seems like they're now a permanent fixture in Scottish politics.
Yeah, I mean, the big story today is obviously Labour's victory, but I think underlying that really what is going to have a bigger impact is just this realisation that the reform thing is happening. If you look at the vote share and you consider the fact that the Holyrood election has this, you've got a proportional representation element to it. You've got three parties now who will all feel like they have a chance of winning next year. I think by the time we get to that election, reform won't. The campaign in this by-election was a bit half-hearted, wasn't it? I don't think they ever believed that they could actually win it. In the end, they've come third, but really they were a fraction behind both Labour and the SNP. So this is a seismic change in Scottish politics that we're looking at here. They seem to have almost eradicated the Conservatives, but they're also taking loads of votes off of both Labour and the SNP. Hamilton could be viewed as a bit of a bellwether for certainly central Scotland, and if this vote was replicated across the country, then there's going to be huge changes in the Scottish Parliament next year. And I guess one of the big questions now is, if we end up with a totally hung Parliament, as this result would suggest, is there any chance that Labour and the SNP are going to have to finally accept that they're going to need to work together to some degree in order to keep reform out?